Witam serdecznie, z tej strony Duale, a my lecimy na spotkanie z Logdokiem. Na samą górę. W dobrym miejscu. Jesteśmy, przynajmniej daleko nie trzeba iść. Wiem co on tu robi, dlaczego stąd chcę iść do kopalni. Nie no, bądźmy szczerzy, ja pójdę do kopalni. A nie, to jest Amitem rozmowa. To jest główna...
Hello there.
Okej, Logdok tu będzie poboczny.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook? I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in
Kiedy
Hogsmeade?
mnie widziałeś w
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help? Of course. How exciting. I mean, well, might this be dangerous? I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's. Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better. You said you know gobbledygook, but how well? I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them. Have you ever spoken directly to a goblin? Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually conversing in gobbledygook with a native speaker. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me, being self-taught and all.
No to widzimy się
Lodgok
przy
is
kopalni,
waiting.
nie?
Should we go? Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first.
Bardzo dobrze.
So I will meet you there.
Mapa świata i zobaczymy, czy coś w pobliżu mamy. Pyk, tutaj. Kawał drogi. A świat coraz szerszy. A zakończenie coraz bliżej. A potem zobaczymy, może czas na jakąś krótszą gierkę, może Little Nightmare. Już coś w tę stronę. Jakiś horrorek. Jest sporo gierek do ogrania. Może zrestartuję serię Bioshocka. No i przede wszystkim The Wolf Among Us. To jest gra, którą
A friend who
chciałbym
speaks
przejść, bo nigdy nie
gobbledygook
grałem.
is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago,
Tak ci jakoś nie ufam.
Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals: Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here
he's...
comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lord Gok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult to achieve.
No to idziemy.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
Zobaczymy. Czy tak niedługo.
The door is looking at us.
Prawda? To... A z drugiej strony co miało być trudnego, no błagam. Gra ma sprawiać przyjemność bądź co bądź, a nie nas irytować, wkurzać i drażnić.
Books so rarely prepare
Jak
one
Alan
for
Wake.
reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected.
Nie wiem, czy on jest
I
dobry.
cannot believe I met a goblin.
Dobrze, no.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Chodźże.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
On nam nie pomoże za bardzo, coś czuję.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine.
Accio! Repulsor!
A, i to tyle.
I've read about mines like this.
Accio!
Seeing one is something else altogether.
Keep your wits about you, Amit. I'll get you through this mine.
One of the best meals I've ever eaten. Who's there? Watch your step round here. Cannot know there was a human here.
Pity!
Look, put me down!
Accio! Expelliarmus! Incendio!
Rather unwise coming back this way. Surrender. Let's get this over with.
Expelliarmus! Defender!
I won't let.
Confringo!
That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us
Będzie
through here
przyzwyczaj.
safely, Amit. You have my word.
Trochę tu pomalujemy. Okej.
Right. Don't wish to be seen, do we?
Wingardium Leviosa.
Nie,
Confringo.
to za wiele nie zdziałasz.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around our meet. See if we can find any plans.
A schematic. There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
Masz coś czy nie? Idziemy dalej.
Revelio.
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
Incendio.
I won't rest. Rather unwise coming back this way. Let's get this little plant off of me. Don't stop me.
Incendio. Good for you.
This will not go well for you.
Wow!
Easily diverted.
I won't rest.
Confringo. Expelliarmus. Defender.
Oh, this really is too much.
Stay close. I've handled much
O ja wiem,
worse.
czy za dużo.
Another boiler. This place is more
Confringo.
complex than I expected.
Accio.
Akio. Co, idziemy?
Devil's snare. Nasty stuff if we're not careful.
Nie do końca to chciałem.
Not an entanglement we need right now. Protego! Incendio! Revelio!
Co my tu jeszcze mamy?
Confringo! Incendio!
A ten se stoi i jemu nic nie robi. To niesprawiedliwe.
I've been fighting. One less humans to worry about.
Incendio. Defendo. How many of them are there?
That should be the last of them, Amit.
No, nothing.
Revelio.
Yes, of course.
Niby potężna
Wingardium
magia.
Leviosa. Confringo.
A niewidzialnych czarodziejów nie widzę.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found.
Cały czas chcą wiercić. Pytanie, gdzie idą?
There must be a quicker way out of here than retracing our steps.
Eee? A, no i chyba już jesteśmy. Co?
Defendo.
Confringo. Expelliarmus. Accio.
Jakoś sobie poradzisz. No mówiłem, że sobie poradzisz. Nara. Przerażasz mnie, chłopie. Szkij z tym, czy była szybsza, czy nie. Najwyraźniej nie było szybszej. Szybszej.
Can we please talk about what just happened?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you.
No nie każdy będzie
Now,
Aurorem.
if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin
zawsze.
secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget.
Izydora. To ona.
Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she'd been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
No cóż, wychodzi na to, że trochę zacząłem mutać. Wszystko rzuciło trochę inne światło na całą sprawę. Odkryjmy sobie nowy teren.
I hope Professor Fitzgerald has confirmed what she needed to. I have to complete the next trial as soon
No
as
to
I can.
wracamy do Hogwartu.
Thrilling news! I believe my next broom upgrade to be even more impressive than the last. Come by Spintwitches as soon as you can.
Dobra. Pobracie mapy. No dobra. No lecimy. Chyba to będzie najbliżej. I jak to jeszcze daleko jest? Tyle to przeżyję. Oho, nowy. No dawaj, co mi tam?
Hello. Are you my next Summoner's Court opponent?
Next, and last, most likely. I'm Grace, Pinch Smedley of the Bath Pinch Smedleys.
Pleased to meet you, Grace.
Shall we begin?
No tak.
I'm game.
Well, let's see what you're made of.
Literalnie. O kurwa.
That's the way to do it.
A co, nie ma? Akcją mam przecież. No przecież mam, no mówię, że mam.
Accio.
Nie, nie, nie.
Accio.
Kurczę, potrzebuję 100. 2 razy 100. Bęgi!
What a remarkable shot! Accio.
Nie, ani się waż. Dobra, wygrałem już czy jeszcze nie? Bo to 30 to 90, tak? 20, dobra.
Accio.
Au!
Impressive. Well, it appears I've been bested.
To był knockout. Knockaucik. Nie płacz za
Well
długo.
played.
Ale początek miałem...
You played a good game, though, Grace.
I did play rather well, didn't I? Only one student has ever beaten me. She's very good. But if you play the way you did against me, you might stand a chance.
No cóż. Różdżki pokonane. Wszystko rozegrane. O. Choinka. Ty. Nie szalej mi. No dawaj.
That's it.
Ho. Dawaj. A, bo to po trzecią próbę idziemy. Prowadź. Ja chętnie pozbieram te żetony.
Got it.
3,16. Tak, wiem, to nadal mało, ale... To bliżej niż 1 z 16, nie? Ale na trzecią próbę to już poświęcimy osobny odcinek, nie będziemy tutaj się katować. Co jest?
Off on another adventure.
Co miałem tutaj, no?
Welcome back.
No witam.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
How how will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
Jakoś musimy się tam dostać, nie? Dawaj tu, bo tu widzę, jest najbliżej.
I think I'll miss you.
Really?
I shan't miss you.
Oh, stop. I'm trying to be serious for once.
Wydaje mi się, że zwykła sztuczka ze znikaniem to tutaj się nie sprawdzi. A, to figa.
I hope Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the portkey. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. All right. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I've actually met Scrope, but I'm not sure he'll tell me. He's rather devoted to the Black family.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the Ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
Nie spodziewałem się, że tak szybko pójdzie. Najmniej lubiany dyrektor Hogwartu.
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
No to idziemy. Professor
Do
Black
you have a
biegają.
moment, Professor? Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable.
Jakiś przemiły.
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't.
I thought I heard the headmaster approaching.
Pewnie trochę się naszukamy z Grzydka.
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours.
Professor Black, how are you?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
Dobra, już daj mu spokój.
If you... Something is wrong.
Professor, a word? Professor Black? Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the Ministry.
I hope it's not about anything I've been doing.
Co zrobiłaś?
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my, heavy books.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
Gdzie on poleciał? To nie mogę? No dlaczego nie mogę, no? Bo co, bo dyrektor to już się nie może dobrze bawić?
Greetings! I mean, out of my way, children!
Professor, I need to speak to you.
Nie musimy.
Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh,
Very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
Dobra, mogę już dotrzeć.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Wait until Master sees what
Yes.
a wonderful...
Ahem! Attention! Screw!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone. Even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Ah! Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pure.
There is another matter, Scrope. I confiscated this filthy diary from a student. It smells of squid and seawater.
Oh, Apollonia's diary. That is quite a surprise, Master. What do you wish Scrope to do with this treasure? Rubbish.
Whatever you wish, Scrope. It's your treasure. Now, off with you!
Nie możemy mu dać rękawiczki?
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight.
Już. Zaraz się schowamy. No przecież... Wystarczyło, żebym się tam schował. O, tam była tablica.
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
Owszem, ale najpierw... Jest klucz Dedala.
Confringo!
Smoczy zwój. Dobra, moi drodzy, mam nadzieję, że wam się podobało.
Revelio.
O. Wiem dokąd.
You can't imagine how inconvenient.
Jestem przed tobą. Więc Slytherin. Dobra, mam nadzieję, że wam się podobało. Jeśli tak, zostawcie kciuka w górę. Na tę chwilę to tyle. I co, do usłyszenia, trzymajcie się. Cześć!